for game 2 of the day. Sorry, we're a little late on the broadcast, a little technical difficulties. Already one out here in the top of the first. Kaylee Smith on the mound as usual here in game 2. As that ball is going to be caught by Denver. We want to thank you guys that joined us for game 1 of the broadcast. Here, game 2, I am Josh Muncie back on the call. I've missed the past couple games due to some basketball responsibilities that have been going on here. But glad to be back, joined by Drew Rogers. I'm taking over for the illustrious Mr. Tim here in game 2.
Yeah. So it's got to do with this. It's the thing is, I don't know why, but no. That mine was it was cutting in and out the first game. I don't know what. I don't.
Testing, testing. Welcome back here in the bottom of the first inning. Savannah Beard leading off for the Lions. And let's see if Savannah can get on base and try to steal second, possibly steal third.
That's the MO when she comes up to bat. That was how it was. That's how it was in the last game.
She's going to take the first pitch for a ball. 1-0 the count here for Savannah. As that ball is going to be popped up over the first baseman's head, so she is going to get on first base. And let's see if she can steal second. So that'll bring to the plate number 1, Addison Bunty.
I believe Savannah has been on base every time she's come out here today. Somebody can fact check me on that, but I think she's reached every time.
Addison first pitch swinging there, pops that up to the third baseman, Clara Blair, with the catch there for the University of Pikeville Bears. So that's going to bring to the plate number 3, Callie Green. Callie squares the bunt. She pulls back. Savannah will steal second base. On the mound for Pikeville today, I believe that is number 23, Riley Carter.
Let me see. Sorry.
Yeah. No, number 27,
27. That's
Chloe Bryant.
Yeah.
From Logan, West Virginia. Second out there recorded. So that will bring to the plate Aubrey Presley, who I believe is doing double duty today, catching both games.
She DH'd last game.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Yeah. I can't remember who was the catcher. Oh, I don't know.
As that ball is not going to be fielded by the pitcher. So Aubrey is going to reach first. We're going to have runners on first and third. Savannah advance for Denver Hogriff up to the plate. As that first pitch will be a strike. Denver playing second base here. She pitched the first game, got the win, scored the walk-off run, if I'm not mistaken, Drew.
Yes, she did. Heads up base running on her part. Almost beat the tag there, but not quite. Heads up base running on her part. Saw the play. Big-time players make big plays.
Let's run through the lineup real quick here while we have a break for Upike. Leading off, playing right field, number 7, Danny Crum. Batting second, playing center field, number 16, Addison Johnson. Batting third at shortstop, number 10, Sam Case. Batting cleanup, number 12, playing first base. Believe that is Chloe Carton. I will have to double. Yes, Chloe.
Colton,
sorry.
Yeah, here's
I've got the roster. I'm trying to read the handwriting off the lineup card here. Batting fifth, number 13, Maria McClellan, playing left field. The designated player, number 3, Haley Jones. Batting seventh, pitching, number 27, Chloe Bryant. Batting eighth, number 11, playing third base, who is Clara Blair. Batting ninth, catching, number 9, Madison Mullins. And playing the flex position at second base will be number 15, Bailey McCoy. I thought I saw her behind the plate.
You were right about the catcher here, Josh. Aubrey sitting in behind the plate. We'll throw from her knees to get us going.
Well, me and Coach Thompson had a conversation the other day in the office about it's about that time of the year. You know, Aubrey's kind of been switching off, catching the first game of the doubleheaders and then DPing the second game.
Right.
So it's about that time she'll start catching kind of every game leading into the conference tournament.
I think they've found a nice defensive rhythm, at least for the games that I've been here. I think everybody's slid pretty good into their positions.
That ball's going to be hit hard. Knocks the glove off the shortstop. Maddie Lee not able to make the throw in time. So Chloe Cowton with a leadoff single there for the Bears. 0-0 here in the top of the second inning on what is a beautiful day here in Dayton, Tennessee.
Yeah, the sun's gone down, or not down. The clouds
a
have
little
kind of
cloudy, a little cloudy.
We got some serious windage going on right now. But, yeah, you really couldn't ask for a better softball day, as I think it's probably about 75 out here. Cookies and cream truck in the back. I hate that I didn't get over there. That's a misstep on my part.
Yeah, that's on you, not me.
Yeah, definitely. To be honest with you, there's some silence on my end for like an inning and a half, you guys know where I went. I went to the cookies and cream truck. I'm human. So.
There will be no mystery to why you only hear my voice for about an inning and a half. As KP will make this 2-0 pitch, and that will be called for strike one. Big thing when Kaylee's pitching, Drew, is the strikeouts. She's a heavy strikeout pitcher, averaging over 1 an inning. Getting close to that 100th strikeout on the year.
Right.
I'm not sure where she was entering today.
She already got it.
She already got it? Okay. Yeah. So she's already got her 100th strikeout.
Yeah, I thought I saw the social post. I wasn't here for it, but
we're going to blame Haley Stahl for that one. She's the one that normally updates me if that ball's going to be popped up, Callie Green calling for it and squeezes it. Haley Stahl normally updates me when somebody's close to some sort of achievement milestone to shout out here on the broadcast, but nothing from today. So we're going to blame Haley Stahl on that one.
And I blame Camille for everything.
Yes.
You
don't see Camille every day, so I don't blame her.
Yeah.
As that pitch is just going to miss off the outside part of the plate there. So 1-0 count here. As KP gets her sign, winds and delivers right down the pipe for strike one. It's going to be Haley Jones in the batter's box for the Bears. So that ball's going to be fouled right back at us. Good no flinch there, Drew.
I'm
You're
getting
better.
No, I definitely blinked, but I am getting better at that. If that was last year, man, I probably would have hit the ground. I ain't gonna lie. I probably would have broke my face on the rocks.
Yeah. That rise ball misses just a little high. KP trying to get the swing and miss there for strike 3. That's been her go-to strikeout pitch most of the year is that rise ball. It's just so enticing. It starts kind of at the top of the zone and then just rises above it, and hitters just swing right through it, as that's going to be fouled off over the third base dugout. Just to update you, though, Drew, it's been a while since me and you have called a game. I found out the softballs actually cost $15.
No
Not $5.
Inflation's really hit.
Yes.
Huh. Well.
And that ball is going
Somebody
to
else
hit
got
the
hit.
batter.
Sorry, I know that's probably not funny, but just said the word hit, and all of a sudden someone got popped in the shoulder.
So a little bit of trouble here for KP here in the top of the second inning. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Batting is the pitcher, number 27, Chloe Bryant, looking to help herself out. And I will say, very stylish bat she has in her hand. What is that, like lime green and pink?
Oh gosh, I think it's yellow.
Okay.
It's like a strawberry banana type deal.
And she's going to swing through that first pitch.
I did notice that color, for whatever reason. I don't know if it makes the bat look really thin. I guess it just stands out. I don't know the psychology behind that.
So quickly 0-2 here for Kaylee Smith. So that ball is going to be a little bit outside. So that's how I knew Aubrey caught the first game, Drew, is I don't know if you heard that. She likes to hit that mitt kind of right before the pitch. And I thought I heard that in my subconscious during the first game.
Who are the other catchers? Schaefer?
Schaefer, Santianis. Schaefer's been doing most of as that rise ball is going to be swung on and missed for a strikeout for the second out.
This is kind of what you notice about Smith the more you watch the team this year. You know, she gets into trouble sometimes. She can load the bases up with the best of them, but she is really quick to get herself out of trouble. She's almost better than anybody I've seen this year do it.
Yeah, she misses a lot of barrels. That's kind of a phrase used in baseball, softball, like good pitchers miss barrels, and that's one thing about KP is she's going to get her strikeouts. So sometimes when you get those runners on, especially less than 2 outs, as we were going to have 2 pitches taken for balls 1 and 2, to Clara Blair, the third baseman for Upike. But her ability to get you out without the ball being put in play is very important, as that's going to be strike 1, 2-1 count here.
And I don't think Blair definitely didn't hit in the first game. So this is her first look at live batting this today. Now tied up 2-2 on the count.
From what I can see, she was not in the first game lineup.
I don't think, because she was defensive only at third, I believe, first game. So she's coming in. She didn't have to see Hogriff, so this is the only pitcher, starting pitcher that she'll see today. Looks like we've got the payoff pitch coming at 2-2 here. Or excuse me, the payoff pitch will be the next
Now
one.
it'll be the payoff pitch.
Yeah, excuse me.
We'll forgive you this time.
Like we went over on the last broadcast, I know about 10% of what I should to do this. So it's a miracle that I get through. I'm sure there's people throwing things at their televisions.
I did see somebody in the comments during game 1 that enjoyed the broadcast.
Really?
So,
wow. I think his name. I did see that. I think his name was Mr. Dickerson.
Yes.
I forgot his first name. To Mr. Dickerson, I don't know who you're supporting, but if you're still listening, hey, thanks, man. Really appreciate it. This is probably going to be my last one ever. So, hey, it's nice to go out with a compliment.
Well, that'll be the third out here in the top of the second, so we will be back in the bottom of the third here on Lions Live. Welcome back here in the bottom of the second inning, and right on cue, my partner Drew Rogers has left me to go visit the Cookies and Cream. So he saw it, and it took him all of about half an inning to get out there. So you will just hear me for probably about the next inning or so, as we are getting ready to begin the bottom of the second inning. Up to bat, number 5, left fielder Brooklyn Malone, with my favorite pink Thunderbolt batting gloves that she rocks. That pitch is going to be taken outside for ball 1. That ball's going to be popped up. Center fielder coming in and will squeeze it. Johnson making the catch there for out number 1, which will bring to the batter's box shortstop number 8, Maddie Lee. So 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. As the first pitch will be taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Next pitch is swung on, drops in front of the shortstop. She will pick it up, throw to first, and not get Maddie, who was hustling down the line for an infield single there, which will bring to the box number 99, Brianna Bumgardner. So pretty much the same lineup for the Lions here in game 2, just a couple defensive things moved around. That pitch will be taken inside for ball 1. Denver stays in the game, moves to second base with Kaylee Smith pitching, and BB is hitting for her. Next pitch, up and away, throw to first. Maddie Lee quickly back. 2-0 count here in the bottom of the second inning. Maddie Lee on first base, Brianna Bumgardner in the box. 2-0 count, 1 out. Bryan delivers. That ball is going to be popped up right behind me over here. If I had a little bit more room on my microphone, I'd have made that play. At least that's what I'm going to tell all the viewers at home. So to move the count to 2-1. That pitch will be taken high for ball 3. 3-1 count here to Bumgardner. What we eating, Drew? What we eating? That pitch will be taken for ball 4. So runners on first and second. That'll bring up number 44, Savannah Schaefer. Drew, tell our viewers at home what ice cream you chose.
Yeah, so this is
Looks like Lucky Charms.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, this is a personal favorite of mine from Cookies and Cream. Crazy cookie dough. Went with a little single scoop action on a not an outside day, a day where I've got maybe a day where I'm just going home to sit on the couch. I probably go with a double scoop waffle cone of this, but we just went with a modest single scoop. And yeah, I know Cookies and Cream not an official sponsor. If you want to be, just go ahead and
give us a call.
Give me a call, because I'll eat your product on every broadcast. I promise.
Every single one of them. I will not, unless if you have something sugar-free.
Yeah.
But I will still shout you out every time.
And if you do have something sugar-free, even better, because
I'll eat it. I'll eat it if it's sugar-free.
What better way to let people know that can't have sugar? Like, hey, this is where you need to go to get your sugar-free delight.
1-1 count here to Schaefer. By the way, Drew, I was informed, my sister watching the broadcast, shout out Samantha, it's called Pink Lemonade, the bat.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a ghost. So
okay.
My sister very plugged in the softball world.
Nice.
With my niece, who is a stud softball player. So
what age?
That pitch is going to be fouled. She is a junior in high school.
Going to D1?
We'll see, man. I mean, never know these days. I know we'll see. See what happens.
Maybe old Uncle Muncie.
Yep. I think Lily's watching too, so hey, Lily, love you.
Old Uncle Muncie can pull some strings around here.
Maybe so. That ball's going to be ground to the shortstop. That will get Schaefer for the second out, but the runners will advance. So runners on second and third here in the bottom of the second inning that'll bring up Savannah Beard. So Savannah back up in the second inning. So back-to-back innings that she gets a plate appearance is always a good sign from your leadoff hitter. However, I'd like to push a couple runs across the board here. That's going to be taken for ball one.
I think she wanted to pull the trigger there. I think it just kind of snuck up on her inside. Got too far in on the hands.
So 1-0 count here to Savannah. On senior day here on the campus of Bryan College, Savannah, one of those seniors honored between games. So this will be the last time some of these seniors will get to play here.
Looks a lot different than when they probably first started. Lots of upgrades made to the field on and off. That new batting cage, locker room thing that we've talked a lot about. Now we're here. That wasn't a thing when a lot of them first got here. Just that's the improvements that we're bringing to all sports around here.
Trying to, we're working hard here at Bryan College to just really expand everything that we do here in athletics. 1-2 count here to Savannah. She's going to ground that ball past the second baseman, so that's going to score one. Bumgardner is going to be held by Coach Thompson there.
And good hold.
Yeah,
there.
It's hard because Savannah, those outfielders play so shallow on her because she's a slapper.
Yeah.
And so, it's going to be hard to score that runner from second.
Right. Well, good hold, and first game, I think there were two instances where Coach Leah and the runner just not linking up, not on the same page, and luckily, I think one of them was an out. The other one should have been an out, but we get away with, a dropped ball. Beard's going to still second here, but good. I think those communication issues are kind of fixed now.
Beard able to advance to second base. And they're going to call her out for leaving early. So that will end the inning here in the bottom of the second inning. The Lions still push a run across.
They really call it?
Yeah, and, my thing on that is why wait until the coach says something? If she leaves early, it's an automatic out. Why not just make the call?
Yeah, make it when you see it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So,
okay.
But we'll be back here in the top of the third inning here on Lions Live. We are back here in the top of the third inning. As I have been told, the camera is down, so we will be back. We're going to try to get that camera issue resolved. We will be right back. So Drew's going to work on getting that camera back, and I will kind of give you a play-by-play as ball one on the first pitch of the inning. Next pitch is taken for strike two. Sometimes on these sunny days, that sun can kind of do.
You spoil all-star talent.
So that ball's going to be ground to Schaefer. Throws to first for out number one. Lions lead 1-0 here in the top of the third inning. So that will bring to the plate the leadoff hitter, number 7, Danny Crum. Danny playing right field for the Bears. First pitch rocketed into the 4-hole. Bunty comes up throwing to first. Just a little late there. Danny hustling down the line. Sometimes you can catch people in softball, those hard hit balls to right field.
Right.
If you're not running down the line, you can get thrown out there at first base.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, I've seen it happen, and I know we're not keeping a book like you normally do right now, and Dad took his with him, but I would say Crumb's only not been on base once. I remember that as you see the diving play by Kaylee Smith there to get out number 2. It's called helping out your own cause.
And heads up base running there by Crumb on first base.
Yep.
9 times out of 10, something like that happens, it turns into a double play. So shout out to her, kind of making sure that ball, either hit the ground or once it was caught, getting back to the base. That ball's going to be driven over Maddie Lee's head. Runner's going to try to go first to third. And now we're going to have Johnson in between, and she's going to get back to first base in time. So a lot of action there for a single. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Runners on first and third with the cleanup hitter, Chloe Calton, up to bat. So big at bat right here on both sides. Big for KP, big for the Bears, big for the Lions. First pitch will be taken for ball 1.
I'm not trying to come across as rude here, but I don't think number 10 steals a lot of bases.
Yeah, they seemed a little overly excited about that stolen base there as she goes to second. That ball's going to be popped up.
A little in-between spot.
And it's going to drop in between. Savannah's going to throw home. Good throw.
Got her
at home. Now the first run scored, so this is a tie ball game. But the third out is recorded from a rocket throw right on target from Savannah Beard in center field. So a 1-1 here in the middle of the third inning. When we come back, the Lions will be batting in the bottom of the third here on Lions Live. Welcome back here in the bottom of the third inning. Addison Bunty leading off here as she was up when Savannah Beard was called out for the third out of the second inning. Addie herself with great speed, so if she can find a way to lead off, get on base.
And so far, she's had a little bit of a tough day behind hitting. Let's see if she can turn that around here in the third.
She's going to take ball 1 there. I know towards the end of game 1, she laid down a great bunt that the third baseman barely got her at first.
Looks like the guys are up 10-0 over on the baseball channel.
I believe that the first game was ending when I was making my way over here to get ready as Addie was going to ground out to first base there for the first out here. That'll bring up Callie Green.
Stats must be malfunctioning. So it's still bottom of the 7th, but the other one just started. Yeah, I think it just started. So I think that's – did they beat Johnson yesterday?
I'll have
no,
to
they lost.
check.
No, they've split so far, yeah. Ah, nice hit.
As they were going to get her at first base, Coach Nathan Thompson thought she had beat it.
That's what you call, as a coach, that's kind of what you call like kind of embellishing the moment a little bit. He's obviously not trying to get himself in trouble there, but he's letting both of these guys over here know that he disagrees with it.
Yeah. This is going to bring to the plate Aubrey Presley. She's going to take that for ball 1. 1-1 game here in the bottom of the third. 2 outs. It's always, if you're a visiting team here, you always want to face Aubrey Presley with the bases empty. As she's going to hit that ball hard to the shortstop. It's going to bounce up, bounce away, and she's going to beat the throw out.
That guy made the call before she hit the bag. He wasn't doing 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So that'll bring up Denver Hogriff to bat here.
Way inside.
1-0 count here. That pitch is going to be fouled back by Denver.
Pacers are going to beat the Bucks by 20.
Are they? Way to ruin it for me. I was going to go home and watch it. I have them recorded.
No, you.
Yes, I was.
No, don't
you know I do this.
No, see.
Gosh. Scoreboard says it's a 2-1 count. I thought it was 1-1, but I may have missed one when I had a little bit of a coughing fit there. As that ball's going to squirt away, Aubrey is going to advance to second base. So runner in scoring position here, 3-1 count, up 2-1. So I was right there, which very rarely happens. So I have to take advantage of it when I am right.
Well, don't worry. I won't spoil any more of them for you, but I might be watching it sitting here. Might be doing a little multitasking on the broadcast. And, I mean, I don't think anybody's going to stop me from watching every minute of the Lakers Timberwolves series.
Yeah, that should be a very, very intriguing matchup. That 3-1 pitch is going to be taken for ball 4. So bring up Brooklyn Malone. 2 outs here, runners on first and second.
Been a very dangerous hitter today. Not somebody you want to see in the box.
Definitely.
With 2 on.
So who you got? Lakers Wolves. Put it on the air. Who you got?
You know, Josh, I look at it on the series, and I think it goes one of 2 ways. I think as Bryan gets ready to throw the first pitch, I think it goes one of 2 ways. I think either if you believe that Ant's going to rise above and this is his Star Quest series, then it's the Timberwolves. But if you think that he just kind of does what he's done kind of time and time again as he's been a young player in the playoffs, obviously he's still got a lot of time. If he's just kind of average for a star, then I think there's no question that the Lakers take it.
1-1 count here.
That's my way of not answering and answering at the same time. I'll pick the Timberwolves because I can't ever pick for LeBron. But
well, I will say this: no matter who wins, I think Ant averages 30 for the series.
Oh yeah.
As that ball's going to be hit through the 6th hole. Presley held at third.
Bat stays hot.
Bat stays hot. Bases become loaded.
2 outs, though, so 4 out of every bag.
Yeah, so Maddie Lee needs to find a way to put this thing in the green somewhere.
Yep.
If she finds some green grass, Denver, who has been ultra aggressive on the base paths, scoring from second on a pass ball, tagging up to a fly ball, as that ball's gonna be foul.
That was it. That's the chance you take right there.
I think the series to watch, though, in the West in the first round is the 2-7 matchup, Golden State Warriors, Houston Rockets.
That's the thing about these playoffs. I think the playoffs are back. It's been a few tough years of being an NBA fan for sure. I mean, my Boston Celtics got it done last year.
That pitch taken outside for ball 1, so a 1-1 count.
But I can't even say that it was the most I can't even say I was super entertained. But I think this year they've really found something, especially the way the matchups fell. That thing slipped all sorts out of the hand.
Yeah. Day like today, it gets a little hot. Hand can get a little sweaty at times there, which can help or hurt in different situations. It's 2-1 pitch. So that's going to be fouled right back. And Maddie Lee all over that ball. So 2-2 count here. Deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Bases loaded. Maddie Lee at the plate. The pitch is going to be taken for ball 3. So
That's a real
3-2,
hard take.
2 outs.
It's hard to stomach and sit there and take any pitch in that scenario. That was an excellent take.
Yeah.
I know it was a bad pitch, but still.
But still, like,
Yeah.
you never want to get rung up. I always say you never leave it in the umpire's hands. As that pitch is going to be taken for ball 4. So the Lions retake the lead here on the walk, drawn by Maddie Lee.
They've still got a great hitter right behind her.
One thing me and Coach Thompson and when you weren't here, Jordan, joined me on the broadcast.
Yeah.
There is no holes in this Lions lineup.
Agreed. Yeah, that's what when Jordan did the play-by-play last week, that's what we talked about. That's having Bryan Bumgardner in the 8th hole is kind of a
even
joke.
Schaefer behind her in the 9th hole,
Yeah.
like there is no, like, you know, you talk a lot about, you know, where can we get a couple outs if we need them, or who do we want to face?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if there's a pressure situation, should we walk somebody to get to somebody else? That ball's going to squirt by. Denver's going to come home. So now a 3-1 lead for the Lions. Runners on second and third. 2-0 count here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. But there's not really anywhere in the lineup that you can just say, hey, this is who we want to face.
Targeting.
This is who we, you know, you just can't.
There's no like 1 out of 10 times that person gets on base. It's more than that. And I mean, I think 2 kind of unforced errors there for Pikeville. Just two things that didn't need to happen, and they surrendered 2 runs on them. It's
2 out walks are never good.
You see the low pitch. I mean, who is it more on the pitcher or the catcher there? But you know.
That ball's going to be fouled off. 2-1 count here to BB.
Good to see her still staying aggressive. You would be tempted to just sit back and try to watch another one get that 3-0 count. But she found her pitch just a little out in front of it.
You know, sometimes being conservative can hurt you.
Mm-hmm. Another one.
Missile shot foul there.
I tell you, her foul balls all that. Very rarely will you ever see one go down this right field line. She's obviously a pull hitter, but she's always fouling. Coach Lee's got to watch out when Bree's up to bat.
Deuce is wild again. Hopefully some more good fortune for the Lions. Maddie Lee, good speed on second, so a base hit can possibly score 2 more. Another ball hit down that left field line.
Oh, man. That's unfortunate.
Their dugout is telling Brooklyn over there on third, hey, heads up. 2-2 pitch will be delivered again. Bryant winds and throws, and she will get the strikeout there on Bumgardner to end the 3rd inning. Lions push across 2 more runs. They lead 3-1 after 3. We will be back here on Lions Live. Welcome back here in the top of the 4th inning. As I waited to come back, so you did not hear me sing "This Girl Is on Fire."
I really wish you guys had heard it. Another thing I wanted to talk about, Josh, So this ump right here, he looks to be, maybe 25, 26.
Yeah.
And normally when you see those, you're like, oh gosh, like
Yeah.
you just got to account for some stuff happening that you're.
No, he's solid, man.
Yeah,
I've had him.
He's very confident. His demeanor is really well mannered, and he fits right in. He's definitely not skipping a beat from some of these more seasoned guys.
Yeah, we've had him before, and there was a play in one of the games he was in. As a first pitch out is recorded, and the next batter will take strike one. So that is Haley Jones. So there was a pop-up right here.
Oh, yeah.
And it hit the fence, and he didn't see it hit the fence. Well, me and him had a little conversation about it in between one of the innings as that pitch is going to be taken for a ball. And I knew then, just from that conversation I had with him, like he's got a good head on his shoulders. Yeah. That's a tough play. You're not going to see that.
Right.
As that backdoor breaking ball for strike two, taking a page out of Denver's book. That's normally a move that Denver likes to go to, that backdoor breaking ball. Now I wonder if we're going to see the rise ball here in the 1-2 count.
I suspect she'd probably try to play something a little further out, but I don't know. I think it was.
That ball's going to be fouled off. So it'll remain 1-2 here in the top of the fourth inning. 1 out. Lions lead 3-1. Pushed across 2 there in the bottom of the third. Let's see if we can have a good inning here, shutdown inning, and get those bats back up to the plate. That ball's going to be poked over the third baseman's head, just off the glove of Maddie Lee. As we're going to have a play here at second. And Jones is able to slide in there for the double. So runner on second here, 1 out. It's going to bring Bryant, the pitcher, up to the plate.
Maybe I need to put on some weight when I ref. I think that's what gives them respect, bigger guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I am taller, just not,
As Bryant back up to the plate, she'll swing and foul the first pitch off with the pink lemonade ghost that we talked about earlier, not strawberry banana.
Sorry.
As we were quickly corrected.
It looks about the same. They're about the same colors. My fault.
Yeah.
I'm a strawberry banana guy. Some guys are pink. Some people are pink lemonade. So
that pitch is going to be taken for strike two. 0-2 count here to Bryant.
Also a pretty good golf tournament on right now.
Yeah, I'm recording that too, so stay away from there as well.
Okay, yeah.
So that pitch is going to be fouled off. How about Justin Thomas shooting a 61 on Thursday, though?
Yeah.
Shout out to JT.
Well, I'm not going to spoil anything by saying this because I'm not telling you the results, but yeah, I've never been more sure that a guy's going to blow a lead than when Justin Thomas shoots a 61 on the first day.
I thought the same thing watching it.
But I hope he gets one this year.
There's that rise ball for a swing and a miss. Strike 3 there for the second out of the inning.
Golf really needs either one of Justin Thomas or Jordan Spieth to be good, and it doesn't really matter which, but it's not going to be Jordan Spieth. So,
well, shout out to I'm a big Longhorns golf guy, so shout out to Jordan Spieth, Scotty Scheffler. First pitch strike there to number 11, Clara Blair, playing third base. As it looks like possibly she left early there. That's what I'm guessing the call is.
Yeah.
And so that will end.
Second called this second time today.
Second time called, and didn't need a coach to tell him to make that call.
Yep.
So we will end the top of the fourth inning. Lions still lead 3-1. We will be back in the bottom of the fourth inning here on Lions Live. Welcome back here in the bottom of the fourth inning as Savannah Schaefer will step into the box with the Pretty Boy swag in the background playing her walk-up song.
You know, we always like to comment on the walk-up songs. I think this is a good one, especially when the team's behind it as well, going, hey. Yeah.
That's my thing is, like, somebody has swag surf.
Yeah.
And it would be so much better if the dugout was swag surfing as it was being played.
Maybe you should be their hype coordinator. Walk over there and tell them that.
As that pitch is going to be fouled behind us. Once again, if I had a little more room on the cord of the mic, that play would have been made. So an 0-1 count here to Schaefer. This next pitch will be delivered, swung on right to the third baseman. Thrown to first for out number 1, which will turn the lineup over to Savannah Beard.
Gold. Actually, I heard this song last night.
I don't even know what this song is.
Sitting in it. Well, I didn't either when I first heard it, and I called it a Miley Cyrus song.
Oh, is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like it doesn't sound like it.
As that ball's going to scoot through the middle, Savannah Beard with a 1-out single. Listen, I'm going to go out on a limb here. First 2 pitches, she's going to steal second base.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
Been an on-base machine today, and is literally an auto send for this coaching staff. Just has to be. You've got to send her. She's too quick, too fast not to. So I wouldn't be shocked at all if we see it right here.
I was talking to Addie the other day, and I told her I feel bad for you because as many times as Savannah Beard gets on base, is not going on the first pitch, Addie will take strike 1. How many times Addie has to basically take the first 2 pitches to let Savannah steal?
Yeah. I should see it right here. Oh no, they're just gonna advance the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, looking for the bunt there. Bunts it foul. 0-2 count. So now it really, if you do steal here, Bunty can't just take. So,
yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see how the Lions play this. As there goes Beard, that ball's going to be outside, and she is going to steal second base.
They had no chance. I mean, it's got to be a perfect execution throw and pitch to gun her down.
That was a good throw by the catcher.
Yeah, agreed. I agree.
The last one that Savannah stole was a good throw by the catcher. Like, it's not like, it's bad throws. It's just the speed of Savannah. As Bunty's going to hit that ball back up the middle, and that's going to squirt through. Savannah will advance to third. The throw to third.
Done.
Bunty will advance to second. So runners on second and third here with 1 out. Callie Green coming to the plate. Bunty heads up base running right there. She doesn't want a stolen base. She wants to advance on her own hit.
Yeah. Really well done there. Good call by Coach Nathan. Probably responsible for the sin there. Maybe she went on her own. I don't know. But
Mr. Coach Thompson, as I like to.
Well,
we got Mr. Coach Thompson and Mrs. Coach Thompson.
Okay. But, I mean, I know it's a difficult play for that shortstop, but I kind of feel
that ball hit well and gone for a 3-run blast in what could be her final game here at the Lions Softball Park. Callie Green touches them all for a 3-run blast to move the score to 6-1 in favor of the Lions, as that is going to draw out the Pikeville coach. It looks like we will have some sort of change as he is talking to the umpire. The umpire will probably let us know what that change is, as it looks like we'll probably have a new pitcher here.
Looks like she's walking out number 8.
Yes, which looks like Claudia Manis. Let me see the pronunciation guide here.
She played third base for a little bit last game. I don't believe.
Yeah, Manis.
I don't believe she played third base for a little bit, and I think she had some defensive struggles. So they pulled her. Now it looks like she's walking out on the mound. Tough day for Bryan. Obviously, she did a pretty good job navigating until that 3-run shot given up right there. But that was just a tank from Callie Green. I mean, there's just nothing she could do about it.
I mean, both of us, as soon as that ball was hit, you just stopped talking because you saw that ball.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was talking about.
That
at
had
all.
some giddy up and go on
Yeah.
it. So we will take a break as Manis warms herself up, and we will be back shortly here on Lions Live. All right, we are back here. So now pitching is number 12, Chloe Calton. Manis in, looks like to play first base.
Seems to be all smiles for Pikeville. Maybe it's just how I'm built. I don't know if or maybe that's their team. That's their way of keeping the train moving in the right direction. But a 3-run shot gets tanked off me. I'm probably not smiling for at least a few minutes.
And how would you like to be called here? You come in, first batter, you got to face Aubrey Presley.
Yeah, it's tough.
Now, at least you get to face her with the bases empty.
True. Pikeville's relievers have been through the ringer. Johnson, the last game, put in with the bases loaded. Did actually a pretty nice job of getting out of that.
That ball is going to be driven to left center field on a line. If that ball has any loft on it, that thing is out of here. But nonetheless, a one-out double here. She celebrates with her dugout.
And you can kind of feel this game slipping quickly away from the Bears right now. You can kind of feel that all the momentum is on the Bryan side, and there's kind of like a laxness to the visitor team, not really that sense of urgency that you'd expect for a team that just gave up a 3-run shot and has now just given up a double. But, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, Jade's going to come in and run, I would assume, for Aubrey right
Probably,
here.
Probably, yeah. You know, I think she just put a helmet on. Yeah. You know, it is her senior day. She's normally first or second out of the dugout for pinch runner. And did you miss her play on the first game?
I did.
So they hit like a shallow one into right behind her at second base. Made the play over her head. It caught the runner off guard, got the double play to end the inning. And I think she's already got a run. She's already touched home plate. So wouldn't be, another one would just be the cherry on top for senior day, I think.
Denver Hogriff up to bat. First pitch will be taken for a strike on the outside corner. Lions lead 6-1 here. They've pushed her across 2 runs in the third, 3 runs so far here in the fourth, looking for more. That ball is going to bounce. Catcher does a good job blocking it, but Jade's still able to advance there. So runner on third, less than 2 outs. 1-1 count here for Denver. That ball driven off of the third baseman's glove past the shortstop. We've seen 3 straight balls. Callie Green's home run, Aubrey Presley's double, Denver's single.
Yeah.
Balls hit extremely hard here.
Looks like another sub or pinch runner will be coming in here.
Yeah, Kiana Bird will come in.
What is the mercy rule after 5 here?
I think it's 10 after 5, 8 after 6, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. All right, well, we're in striking distance. Oh, it's a pinch hitter. Excuse me.
Yeah, pinch hitter.
Sorry.
Kiana Bird up to bat.
Yeah.
As I believe this is Brooklyn Malone's spot in the lineup.
Just giving him a different look. Malone has been pretty much a guaranteed on-base machine today. Why not let somebody else have some fun? You're up 6.
So quickly a 2-0 count here for Bird. It's always impressive to me when somebody comes in like this and they're able to take 2 close pitches, not be too aggressive. You know, you've kind of been waiting your turn. She waits on her pitch, takes a good hack at it. 2-1 count here. That would never be your stat line in the game, would it?
Gosh, no. I at least got to touch the ball.
And that ball's going to be caught by the center fielder.
Pretty good contact there from Bird coming in off the pine, coming in cold. You know, you'd like to think if she had 2 or 3 at bats, that one's probably driven with a little bit more force. But overall, not a bad attempt at trying to work somebody else in. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a few more from Coach Leah as we wind down the second game here, especially the score being what it is.
Yeah, especially if we can push across a couple more in the next few innings.
Yeah. You don't want to get in a scenario where you accidentally let it slip up and let it get back close in a game that's pretty much you're in firm control of. But you also want to reward the girls that have sat there all year, game in, game out. Everything that you hear about this team is just how together they are and how much they enjoy cheering for one another, and it shows.
And honestly, the way that that pitch is going to be taken for a strike, the way KP's been on the mound too. Gives you that flexibility because you think to yourself, they're probably, in a good position right now. 2-1 pitch, fouled back, 2-2 count now to Maddie Lee. That pitch will be taken for strike 3. Good changeup there.
Yeah, really well
from
done.
Calden.
Completely
Just froze
her.
her.
Yep.
So it is 7-1 here after 4. We will be back in the top of the 5th inning here on Lions Live. We are back here in the top of the 5th inning. Kaylee Smith back on the mound for her 5th inning of work.
Oh, my goodness.
Just off the inside corner there, as you can tell by Drew Rogers' reaction.
Yeah, I forgot we were live. Yeah, I liked it.
I did too.
I understand the call, but I liked it.
Yeah, he's been pretty consistent, so. That ball, I guess she's got beef with her coach.
Yeah.
Trying to take him out over there.
Yeah, maybe taking out some latent frustration, looking at the scoreboard, thinking, you know what? Let's just get a new guy out here. We're down 6, might as well.
That pitch will be taken for ball 2. 2-1 count here to Carlton.
Looks like they sub Malone back in at left field. After.
Yes, Presley back in behind the plate. Excuse me, this is Blair batting, and she will take strike 2.
And, especially with these batters that really kind of crowd quite a bit here, they lean over quite a bit. Smith is just the perfect pitcher to kind of freeze them with these inside fastballs. It's really good. It's really fun to watch. Because, that stuff like that happens all the time where they just get jammed or she's basically not able to access her full power just by where's the location of these pitches. At least that's what I think's happening. I'll be right.
Well, you are an expert, so you would know.
As we've been over multiple times, I do not know what's going on.
No, but you're 100% right on that. You do that, you crowd the plate so where you can kind of gives you more coverage on the outer half, can get those arms extended and get some power into those. Two-two pitch here, just off the plate.
Another good call, one that's really tough to make, especially when a strikeout's on the line. But this guy's standing in there. He's doing it. He's really. I think he made the right call there.
Yeah, I think that one was just off. It's the 3-2 pitch here. Fouled off the left field line there.
Good plate protection by Blair.
All right, who's your pick to win the finals? You
You
going with the Celtics again?
I got to take them, even though I think it's definitely last year.
Swung on and missed for strike 3. Gets the strikeout anyway.
Fander. Yeah, last year I thought if the Celtics didn't win, I thought that they needed to blow up the organization. And I feel sort of the same way this year. Like, if you look at their team, they're top to bottom the best team out there. But I also understand that, like, it's really hard to repeat. And, of course, everybody's coming for you this year. Gun to my head, I take the Celtics. Another team that I could see winning it. My stealth pick would be the Clippers. So, there you go.
Foul ball there. So quickly 0-2 here for KP.
I know that may not be popular, but I think if Kawhi can make it 4 rounds, I give them a better chance than anybody, especially with Zubac, how good he's been this year. And kind of
taking for a ball there.
And kind of the old man Harden game that he's kind of settled into that's really fun to watch. And then, of course, they've got Norm Powell, who's become a revelation.
Did you ever think that you would say to yourself, James Harden is a fun player to watch? He's going to be taken for ball 2 there. 2-2 count here.
I mean, he was always fun to watch from the standpoint of he could score. He just wasn't fun to watch when it mattered.
Yeah.
And we'll see if he's able to correct that this year.
That pitch is going to be taken inside. Ball 3, full count here.
I could see, that's the thing. In the East, I see 2 teams coming out of it. In the West, you could tell me 1 through.
I'd take anybody.
1 through 7. I don't. I don't think. Oh, sorry.
This is going to be fouled off. We're going to stay 3-2 here.
I don't think that the Grizzlies can win it. They're the only team. They're the only team I couldn't see coming out of the East.
I think the problem with the West is the best teams haven't done it yet.
Yeah, agreed.
The Thunder, the Rockets is the 2 seed.
Yeah.
That's going to be ball 4 there for a 1-out walk. Don't see KP give up a bunch of those.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring Crum up. Good job there by Mullins to kind of draw that walk. I think, a dark horse here. I like the way the Warriors are playing right now.
I do. Yeah, I think you're right about that. It wouldn't shock me a bit if the Pacers went back to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think it's one of those teams that not a lot of people know a whole lot about, just because they're, it's the Indiana Pacers.
Tyrese Halliburton's a stud, by the way.
But they're just a complete team.
So 2-0 count here.
I think I wouldn't shock me one bit. They got to get the Cavs second round, obviously. But that's the thing. You get through the Bucks and the Cavs, and then you're there. I mean, you got the hardest road, but at least you're getting through it.
3-0 count here. KP really needs a strike to kind of settle herself down. You see Coach Thompson She's going to go out and talk to her. I think the thing for the Warriors, why I say that is I feel like their hardest matchup is going to be this first-round matchup with the Rockets.
Really?
The Rockets are the only team I feel like that have guys at positions that the Warriors are good at.
Right.
Like Thompson as their point guard guarding Curry.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know,
you saw what he did last time they played. Holding them to the 3 points, really, really impressive. You know, if I'm anybody, I just don't want to see the Thunder. I want to keep them off my back as much as until I have to.
But until they do it,
Yeah.
they haven't done it yet.
Right, and I think that's going to be the narrative, no matter which way it goes. Like, oh, is this a dynasty?
Historically in the NBA, that's how it's always been.
Yep. And
so,
I mean that's kind of what you saw with the Celtics. Like they could get to the mountain peak, but they couldn't.
Great job there by KP. Bounce back with a strike. We're going to give all the credit there to Mrs. Coach Thompson.
Yeah, did really well there. Settled her pitcher down. 3-1 count. Looking for another one here.
Yeah. Zone's going to be taken high for ball 4. Back-to-back walks for KP here with 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. Big at bat right here. You do not want to give this Pikeville team life.
And you're kind of seeing now. It's the 5th inning. You got a big lead. Maybe you got a little bit too loose. I don't know. I'm just speculating, and now you got to resettle in, which I think she will.
Yeah.
She's done this too much this year, not to, but you definitely don't want to let Pikeville creep back up to 7-3, 7-4 after this inning.
Anything that think, oh, we're 1 inning away.
Yeah.
That's a big strike right there.
Nice pitch.
1-1 count now.
And one that I think, forgot her name, 16. Sorry.
Addison Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson. Yeah, one that I think she was leaving alone no matter what.
Yeah.
So,
I
good time
do
to throw
think
that pitch.
2-1 count here. So big top of the 5th inning here for Pikeville. They have runners on first and second. That ball's going to be popped up. Maddie Lee under it, infield fly in effect as she squeezes it anyway. So a big second out there for KP. Just massive, as that's going to bring up the number 3 hitter, Samantha Case.
Nice pitch.
First pitch strike, very important there.
Broke back into the zone there, as we've been talking about all day. Case not necessarily crowding the plate per se, but that's going to work real well against her.
If the score is correct, as strike 2 is called there, Bryan Lions leading 5-3 over on the baseball field. An 0-2 pitch here by Smith. Swung on, popped up. Beard will squeeze it to end the inning. Big 2 outs there. Couple of walks surrendered by KP, but she gets right back to it, gets those 2 outs. We will be back here in the bottom of the 5th inning on Lions Live. We are back here
Here we go,
in the bottom of the 5th inning.
This is the softball stretch, as I like to call it, because
Yes.
no 7th inning stretch in softball. Oh, my goodness.
Brandon Bumgardner up to the plate will take a ball one there. Colton still on the mound here for the Bears in the bottom of the fifth. As that ball will be fair down the left field line. Bumgardner rounds first and will just keep it to a single there. No need to run into any outs here.
Ball
As hot as the bats have been.
Ball tiptoeing that line all the way up. It was fair. I mean, couldn't have been closer.
Dugout not as involved this time with the walk-up
Well,
song.
you know, it's 7-1. You're not looking for energy. You've got it based on your play, so you can understand it, I guess.
That ball drilled into the 6-hole. Back-to-back singles. I mean, that's our 8 and 9 hitters hitting the ball that hard.
Yeah, and now you're back up to the leadoff with runners on. And this is what gives this Bryan team a chance as we go to the AAC tournament. This is the game that they're going to need coming up, where they get the consistent bat play from everybody in the lineup. And I've got no doubt. That they're capable of it. It's just, are they capable of it every game?
As that ball is going to be played by the first baseman there, Manis into the game. So Beard does her job, advances the runners.
You'd like to have her on as a base runner, obviously.
Yeah, she's not going to be happy with that result, knowing her, but, you know, do a job right there. Now Bunty can try to drive in some runs with a little Phil Collins.
Yeah.
That's her walk-up song.
As Coach Rakowski says, put your hard hat on, you know.
This is the time right here.
We'll see if they drive in here a run or two. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a pinch, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking, but.
No, I think Callie Green's getting this AB.
Yeah, that's true. She did.
She just hit a 3-run homer in her last
probably
AB.
Can't take that away from her, I guess.
And she's a senior.
I guess there's no other senior. Yeah, I guess not.
So 1-2 count here to Addison Bunty in the bottom of the 5th inning. Lions lead 7-1.
That's fun.
So that pitch is going to be swung on a miss for strike 3. 2 outs here. That'll bring up Callie Green. Last at bat, sent one over the fence. Would love to see it again here.
Yeah, you would, especially with 2 runners in scoring position and 2 outs. But you'd also take a single.
Yeah, you take a line drive somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Presley behind her, you don't have to go for the big time shot here. But you know, you'd sure like to see it again.
That 1-0 pitch will be popped up foul. Got to keep your head on a swivel over there with those rocks if you're sitting in that area, because those things can bounce anywhere.
They can, yeah. Yeah, good call. People here for senior day that normally aren't here, maybe not knowing that.
Yeah, great crowd today.
Yeah, definitely.
As that ball
there it
driven
is.
up the middle. Schaefer is going to be sent home.
Oh, goodness.
The throw will not be in time. 2-run score there from Callie Green.
And that's it.
And that will end game 2. So 2-run rules today.
9-1 both games.
For the Lions on senior day. I'm Josh Muncie. This is Drew Rogers.
Thanks, guys.
From everybody here at Bryan College Athletics, Jeremy Deal, Camille Hawley, Chase Green, coaches Leah and Nathan Thompson, we thank you for joining us this year. We've enjoyed it. We are signing off for Lions Live.